Hi, everybody.
I was about to do the if I'd had somebody else here, I was going to do that would be
Uh,
the He-Man Woman Haters Club high sign.
that's right. Alfalfa
Oh,
at its very
yeah.
best.
Well, it is what it is. I don't have a calic anymore, but yeah. But anyway, so how has your week been though?
It's kind of exhausting, but it's you got to do what you
Yep.
got to do, I suppose.
Well, yeah. Considering that I found out last week, about when I logged in to get ready to come on, it's like there's Krista. What did I miss? I didn't see the
Um,
picture, the stuff from the text. So
yeah, I had an EF2 tornado come through and knocked out our power,
yeah,
and I was without power for like almost 40 something hours.
40 something hours. Okay.
Yep, I
That's
know. It was like, yeah, I was
yeah.
living by one of those, those little bricks, charging bricks you can buy. I
Yeah.
had
Oh yeah.
one of those, thank goodness, and I had to charge it in my car just to have a phone.
I'm
So,
sorry.
but
I
it
th-
was
I
fun.
thought I thought having to clear out a daggum tree in the backyard that had fallen down was bad enough.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I didn't
had to
have to deal
clean
with that.
out.
Yeah.
I'm still cleaning out our freezer, and the
Oh, lost a lot of
refrigerator
food.
part. I mean, yeah,
Oh no.
yeah.
As much as
And,
food
and
costs
and on
nowadays,
top
I
of that,
can't
we
do that.
flooded. Yeah, on top of that, we flooded. So then I had to wait until some of the flooding went down to get out of here to go get ice to save the food I had. And then we had another tornado come through that evening.
Wow.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
No,
type.
no,
I'm
Aggie,
trying to
I
type
live
now.
in Missouri.
Yeah, I'm literally
I
trying
might
to
as well
type
live in
here.
Nebraska, Iowa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, you're right up Tornado Alley the way it's been going these last couple of weeks.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, yeah, she lost a friend from Nebraska. Lost her. Would that be the girl Bobby? I'm assuming is the young lady's name. She's over there with her doing their graduate studies. So,
Ah, okay.
but anywho, so do you want to go through the spiel, or you want me to go through the spiel? Since y'all
Oh,
are
why
all going to
don't
be
you
gone
just give
next
it a go?
week, I'm going to give it a go. I've had to do it the
Okay.
last couple of weeks by myself anyway, so we'll just go with it. I don't think I've done it quite as well as you have, but I'm pretty darn good at it now. Let's see what we do here. Okay. All right. So tonight we've got us, Truth or Tinfoil, 5 o'clock. We'll go to whenever we think about it. We'll think about it sooner or later anyway. And then you got after us is supposed to be Infamous Minds. I'm assuming they will be on at approximately 7 o'clock. These are all Central Times now, I'll remind you. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we got Danielle Diva and the Diva Dimension. Right behind that, about 8:15, you got Texas Front Porch. I'm assuming this is going to be the go home show before the Alabama Bigfoot Conference. But that's another story for another time. Anyway, all right. So Tuesday, we got Beyond BMR. He's on at 8 o'clock. And I don't think we have anything else on Tuesday night still. So other than that.
Nope.
And then Wednesday night, we've got Donnie Cho Says Stuff. And then behind that, we've got, well, I say Donnie Cho. That's his own little channel. So he does his own little thing. But guess what? You can say stuff on Donnie's show that we can't say around us. So. but
Right.
but we got that one, and then you got Inhumanoids of Bart Nunley, and I'm assuming they're going to be talking about the Bigfoot conference as well for Alabama as well. That's at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. And Thursday night, you've got you guys at 8 o'clock on Thursday night with your regular Blondes and Booze podcast, and then behind that at 10 o'clock, we've got Our Paranormal World with Monica Rollins. Then on
Hmm.
Friday night, you guys have Blondes, Booze, and Woos approximately 7 o'clock. And then behind that, about 8-ish or so, we've got Josh Turner's Paranormal Roundtable as well.
Hmm.
Saturday night, we don't really have anything per us, but we have our friend Paranormal Paul with Paranormal Among Us has his show on Saturday night. And then Sunday we started all back up again. And if Rob gets to drinking, you might see a late night Saturday night that I keep seeing pop up over these last couple of weeks.
Right. And this Friday night, of course, we will not, Blondes and Booze will not be on because we'll be
Yep.
in Alabama for the Alabama Bigfoot Conference. But we will have Monica Rollins and Paranormal Paul putting on a show.
Yep.
So that should be pretty good.
Sounds good there. Are they doing it on y'all's channel or on Paul's channel?
On our channel.
On y'all's channel? Okay.
So
that works.
Yeah, we will still have a show. It's just we won't be on it.
Hey, everybody out there, that might be a good thing. Okay, so now we've done, we paid all the bills and everything, other than, I'd like to give a shout out right now. Actually, our friend Jason McLean actually will this coming Wednesday. I don't know if he's announced it to anybody else, but he's announced it to us for sure. This coming Wednesday, his comics will be on sale through, I'm going to look it up because I want everybody to hear it just to be on the safe side. Because the minute I say it wrong, I'll say it long. So, or vice versa. Strike that, reverse it. See? Channeling my inner Willy Wonka now. All right, we go past. All right. Nope, that's a different one. That was Rob's announcement. So Rob's announcements don't count. It is confirmed. Well, I will tell you again. La 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 la. Dang it, Jason. He had it way back up further than I thought he did.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, oh crap. Hey, I'm gonna tell everybody in our group chat, y'all stop talking because I can't find all the messages I need to find.
You need to star those if they're important, star them.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I didn't star that one. It's way back up here where other stuff. Okay. I'm going to tell you, I can't remember the name, but either way, he is going to have his comics that he did with another gentleman. They will be published and they will be available come Wednesday. And I will make an announcement in our community area to let everybody know where that's going to be. And we'll see.
Right.
Jason, we'll push some stuff Jason's way because I'm sure as heck getting them. Because I saw some of the drawings he did beforehand. His subject matter is the gray, is what his is. So that's I think it's part of an actual not a compendium per se, but a larger volume. So
right.
So there I made a shout out. But now I don't go a whole lot of places where I actually remember anything about the place to that will make me come back to it later on as far as the paranormal side. And I've been stationed all over the world, and there's only been a handful of places that I would actually say, hey, I don't know about this place. One of them was Fort Bliss out in El Paso. Now I know that that's a whole other show when we talk about what's actually on Fort Bliss, because I got other people that know more about that place than I ever thought about. And I was stationed there for 5 years. But El Paso High School is, I guess it's even been covered now. I've got a couple of articles I was reading, and it's in the top 10 of the most haunted high schools and schools in general in the United States. And I'm like, huh? When did I miss this? Oh, Kimberly distracted me. Who distracted me? But anyway.
She said, sorry, we distracted you, Randy. We were being too loud or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, well, y'all need to be louder because I like rowdy crowds. Anyway, but we're sitting there going through and talking about it. I was talking to my wife and I talked to my second oldest daughter who graduated from El Paso High. And we started talking about it. I said, how come I didn't hear about this? Did you ever? I looked at her. I said, did you ever actually have anything happen? Or she's like, no, but it was sure as hell haunted. I'm like, why do you say that? She went for 1.5 years without a student ID because she refused to walk down the corridor to go to the actual office that made the student IDs. because the corridor felt wrong. And I'm like, how come I'm just now hearing this? Well, we might have told you before. I don't remember. Can't remember that stuff back then. It's been 20 years almost now. But I'm finding out, and the more I read into it, the more I look at it, I'm seeing more and more and more of the experiences that people have had. And I've got some I'm going to read, but there's a couple of 3 or 4 pictures and a video that I found that really are kind of freak me out. And when you couple the stories that go along with them, it adds a little bit more to it, I guess you might say. So the first rattle out of the box, I'm just going to tell you straight out, the whole deal really comes down to the fact that they talk about a young girl that's there, a teenage girl. And the rumor / story is in 1922, a teenage girl committed suicide by slitting her own wrist and then slitting her own wrist. I think I said risks, but she slit her own wrists and then threw herself out of the balcony. Some say her body may have gone, but her soul still remains. And at the end, people still to this day report seeing an image of a girl falling off of a balcony. They've seen it. They've taken pictures in windows, and all of them are of a young lady. So, and this is not by far not probably the only one there, I should say, but it's one of the most prevalent and most well known from what I was reading. So, and now I'm going to show you. This is where it all started. This is a picture of a class picture from 1985, the yearbook 1985. And as you can see, looking at that, you can tell which one doesn't belong right off the bat.
Yeah, second row.
Yep. And the more I read into it, none of these people saw her at all. When it was in the negative, when I did the research, the guy that did the yearbook, the publisher and the yearbook staff that did it, the negative didn't even have her in it.
Huh.
So as I look at it closer, I mean, obviously, as you look in, I don't know what to think about it, honestly. Is it a play on light? Is it some sort of overexposure? Because this is straight out of the yearbook, or straight out of the yearbook files, I should say. I don't know if they ever put this in the yearbook and somebody saw it or not. It doesn't say. They just say that this was done for the yearbook in 1985.
Well, considering it looks like you can see her arm in the girl's hair in front of her.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. And as I zoom up, it looks like she might even kind of be right at her shoulder instead of back behind her where these other people are at. She's like right at her shoulder because it looks like she might be overtaking her a little bit. It's a complete blur, and like I say, the coincidence of a remnant or something like that during the developing process, you would have thought you would have saw it on the negative from the get-go, but
yeah,
I don't know enough about the developing process to say, hey, yeah, that could have been something that happened in the darkroom. I would not think so. But even if it was, what's the chances of it being this shape?
Well, according to what is written, if it's not even on the negative.
Yeah.
Then it couldn't be a double exposure.
I wouldn't have thought so. Like I said, it may be something in the actual, like I said, from the developing process, maybe being but it just doesn't make any sense to be that form, honestly, to me. That's too coincidental.
Well, and for nothing else to be blurred but her is another issue.
Yeah. I mean, everything is crisp, clean, just like it was supposed to be for the album, you know?
Huh.
I'm at a loss of it, obviously. Just this picture alone, I'm at a loss for it. And then I'm just going straight off the picture alone. Okay. Now we're talking about the people with the yearbook, but there's also a journalism instructor there, and his students work late one night on the yearbook here, and they finally call it quits early, right around midnight. And this, according to the story now, as the group was exiting the building, a teacher saw someone down a dark hallway, and it looked like a young lady wearing a blue chiffon prom dress from about the 40s or 50s is what they wanted to say. And she was standing by an exit sign, and they assumed it was a student and waited for the girl to approach in their direction. As she drew closer, the girl in the blue chiffon began to become transparent, and noticed it was just not there anymore. After where it should have got to him, she was gone.
Okay, now is this the whole picture we have, or did you zoom in on it? Do we have the whole class picture?
Let me see if I got it right
here. That's all we have.
Do. I've got another version here. Now this is another zoom in. I can get you the original. That was one of those that I just didn't bring it down because it was monstrous.
Well, everybody's talking about placement of this particular girl in it, and I could see where it'd be off kilter a little bit. But we don't know what the other side looks like. Maybe it was a short row. Maybe it was more lined up if we were to see the whole picture.
Let's see what I got here. I will do some quick investigative techniques here as we look at it even closer, because I can bring up the
they're right that if that second row isn't a short row on both sides, that would kind of be a weird looking
and I'm thinking
picture.
that and let's see what I got here.
Okay, so all right, let's back up. So even if this girl is there and she is just as real as you and I.
Yeah.
What would we call it if only her picture is blurred?
Yeah, and
could she have an attachment? Could something else be going on if she's standing there?
Exactly. Fully 100% agree. I'm having problems finding an actual full picture of that page.
I mean, I've seen some legit pictures with people that have attachments that when they take a picture, they don't look right. There's something wrong. They look kind of like they're smeared.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Strange, but I've seen that. So if this girl is here in the flesh and blood, why is her image the only one that's smeared?
Yeah, that one I can't tell you.
down to the girl's hair in front of her is crisp and it's clean.
Yep. And I'm trying to see if I can find another full picture here for you. The actual full picture, that is.
Yes, you're right, Moon. It would be nice to see the negative.
Yeah. And like I said, all I can go off is what was stated, that it was not in the negative at all.
Right.
And I'm trying to see, and every one of those pictures of that picture are all the same one we're looking at right there. Of course, somebody took the picture of the picture is what it really ends up being. Yeah.
And this is the problem, is that the age of the photo.
Yep.
I mean, unless there was something on the lens that would cause that smudge and distortion.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could be just a pin drop. It don't have to be very big.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. That's why I was trying to figure out if something, in the actual developing process could have caused that.
Right. Moon just said the same thing. It looks like a water spot on the paper blurter. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Well could have. And all I can say is what was stated by, the people that were there, obviously.
Right. It'd be nice to see the negative so we could compare the negative to the actual photo.
Yeah, because we could go out with film. We could go out with film and recreate this quite easily.
Right.
So,
like I said, just a smudge on the lens would do that.
Yep, exactly. It should. But still, once again, even in that situation, and I'm playing devil's advocate here for the people that picked it up on the picture in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Why would it be that particular form? I mean, you're saying that there's somebody there, technically, is what you're telling me. But it doesn't look like this is actually, her face area is not actually, truly blocking out his whole torso right here, like you would think it would.
Bring us up to the original. I'm not liking the
the zooming screws everything up. Okay, so here you can see it better.
But see, his shirt is not blurred.
Yeah, his shirt's not blurred at all. So it would have to be this particular spot. Her hair isn't blurred. Her hair isn't blurred. As if I'm looking at it, layman's perspective, it doesn't jive with everything else. Let's put it that way. And her head's smaller than everybody else's. She would have had to been a smaller person. And
Tex, the story goes, the girl was not there. The girl did not even show up in the negative. It only showed up in the print.
Yeah.
That's the story.
But we've now figured out that we can, if we have to, we can probably recreate this. We think.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. You can recreate this easily. Like I said, it goes back to something on the lens, a drop, or
exactly.
And it doesn't have to be very big.
Honestly, if you look at it real closely, she's a little blurred a little bit right through here in the nose and area, and she's a little bit more blurred.
But she also looks distorted.
Yeah. But her shoulder is relatively crisp compared to the others. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Her shoulders. So if it was just a smudge just on the face part, it could have created this effect. So
the trouble I'm having, I said, is seeing the sleeve of her shirt or dress there in the hair of the one below her.
Yeah.
That's where I'm having my problem.
Yeah. So what do you think that is? You think that's her being right at her hair, or it's just a artifact, photography artifact?
I just think that I don't believe this one entirely.
Yeah.
Because like I said, she's got some overlay into that girl's hair.
Yeah, she got overlay into the girl's hair.
And if she was truly standing behind her, whether it be spirit or flesh,
yeah, exactly,
it wouldn't have shown through.
I wouldn't have thought so either. That makes me almost think that this bit is in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And would that mean that maybe part of her is really in front of her? But see, it doesn't go past the lady's shoulder.
No.
So, yeah,
it definitely could have been something wrong with the film. That's what I'm going to go with. I think there was something wrong with the film.
Yeah, because there's too much here that we can debunk or / recreate, or we could try and recreate. I should say. I shouldn't say we can, because we won't know until we actually do it. But
right.
It is what it is as far as this. Everybody believes this to be real right here, though. Everybody out there.
Right. Well, if you go back to the story, now, if we could see the negative and had seen that this girl was not in it, that would be
there. Yeah.
That would prove the point. Yeah, that would prove the point. But we don't have the negative, so we can only go on hearsay.
Yep, and that's.
But I mean, you could easily recreate it.
Yeah, I think we could.
You can recreate it, but we
put a smaller girl there, and then just put a little smudge right where she's at. But now, if you're going to recreate it, look at the painstaking time we'd have to go into to recreate it. I don't know if anybody in a high school, yearbook department would have the wherewithal to do that. They probably have the skill.
If this was done by the yearbook department, if
That's
this
true.
was done.
Yeah.
You know, if this was done by a professional, like a photographer that goes to schools and takes pictures of your children.
Yeah. You don't know until they give you something. You may
you
not have
know.
the negative.
Right.
So, I mean, all ours
I'm just
in school were always done by professionals coming in. So,
right.
you would think the school would have gotten the negative for it, but I'm guessing I don't know if they did or didn't. But this is just all I'm being, like I said, what we've got from the actual school and the actual story for it. So,
Mm-hmm. Truth Walker
okay,
said, Randy, look down at the girl's foot behind the one in front. You can see her feet back there,
yeah, but that's not her feet.
but they look weird.
They do look weird. See it right there.
Yeah, they look weird.
There's something there because here's her foot right here. Somebody's foot is there. We don't know which one, but you're right. Somebody's foot is there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just took it right there. This picture, quite frankly, I'm with you now. I didn't see that before. Good catch, in truth. I did not see that. I was too busy looking at her that I didn't look at the feet. But you're right. That is the foot of somebody. Now, they're going to say that the foot is somebody that wasn't there too. You could say
it just looks
doesn't line up with
deformed,
her.
doesn't it? Though
Yeah, it's like she's here
they
and the
don't
foot's over
look
here.
proportionate.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't look proportionate.
No. So, but this foot here doesn't look proportionate to her really either. This one kind of to her. I don't know what she's wearing behind those ladies right there. But I guess you could say this is proportionate, but that's a big foot right there.
Yeah.
So somebody had to be behind there, is what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking it's film.
Yeah, it's got to be some sort of film glitch of some sort, is what I'm betting, because that just doesn't.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yep. I think we can go with this picture alone. I think we can go tinfoil on this one. I think it's all in due to the film and the processing.
I'm gonna go with it. Because I think that there was something wrong with the film, and they're just trying to pass it off as something else.
Or and like I said, this was 1985. I don't know that somebody didn't say this stuff in 2020 and saw it, or 1999 or whatever. They saw it and said, "Oh my God, what's that ghost girl doing there?"
Right.
I mean, I just don't know, but either way, yeah, I think we can chalk this one up to an issue with the actual film / developing.
I think so.
Kimberly, you're right. Her feet are a little bit off. That's what the other thing that makes me wonder, is she kind of leaning that way now, which would cause her to have that more, off torso like that. Is she leaning that way, and her foot's stuck out here? We can't tell. But
yeah,
okay,
we'll
go with that. We're gonna go with that. Okay, and now let's see what else I got for you.
Let's go with that.
We're gonna go with that one. Okay, the next one was a few years. I say a few years later. This one is I believe this was 1995, if I'm not mistaken, on this one. I'm trying to look at my notes here on it real quick, but a lot of these pictures doesn't have dates with them, so I had to kind of do a lot of digging to find them. This one's kind of iffy. I think this one came from the video, if I'm not mistaken, that I want to show later. Okay, it's not letting me zoom in or nothing now. Wow. Okay, well, everything crapped out on me right there. Let's try it again. All right, now let's do it. It just stopped responding completely. Now, well, maybe we're working on it here. It's not. What the heck? I think I've lost everything.
Oh no.
My whole area is froze up now. I can't see anything on one
does
side.
it surprise me? No.
golly.
It does not surprise me.
What is going on here? Okay. Now everything just went crazy. It just came back. Literally just came back. I never lost audio. I lost video. I lost the use of that picture I was just trying to use. I lost everything. And now I got to sit here and see if I can bring it back up and share it again now. Wow. I've never had that happen before at all. Okay. You know what? It must be this picture.
Might be.
This picture is causing my system to go nuts. Well, guess what, picture? You ain't around no more. Yeah. I literally have lost everything but I've lost everything again but audio. There we go. Golly, and I got to wait for it to clear everything out. And wow, is all I can say is wow. So you're not going to see that picture, ladies and gentlemen. But I do have others. Others. I have others. Well, I hope I have others. I might have pissed off somebody over in El Paso. I don't know. Okay, no, it was that picture because this one's working fine. Okay, I want to zoom this in so y'all can't. I don't want that lady's face to be seen, but it's out there all over the internet anyway, so I guess we can go with it. All right. This one was taken. Now this had to have happened somewhere around 2000 because they were doing. They've been constantly doing construction on the school since I remember being.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you see up in the window.
Yeah.
And these
does anybody else see it?
Taking pictures, and she decided to make it. Here's my issue with this though. Doesn't it look conspicuously like the one in the other photo? I mean, the same white dress. I can't tell. Obviously, I can't see any hair or anything like that. But that white.
I'm not sure if that's a dress. I'm not sold on the dress.
Okay, well, but a white cover of some sort, shirt, dress,
a white
whatever.
Shirt or something.
Yeah. Now, the thing that got this one with me, obviously, you can see through and see the window panes, and the actual bracers. But is that inside or outside? I can't tell. I want to say it's on the inside. It looks inside to me too.
That's what it looks like to me, is on the inside.
Because I don't see it really blocking out any of this. So there's something in there. Now, could it be some sort of reflection? Knowing where I know that school's at right now, and that's probably that faces a street that looks up a mountain in the first place, I would say no, because I don't remember anything being in that area that could reflect at that angle. As you can see, don't look at the lady's face, but at that angle, see,
yeah,
and you see, you got electrical contractors there
as
too.
You're pulling back from it, as you're pulling back from it, it looks like there's a head there, but the more you zoom in on it, it just looks like something in front of the window. It doesn't look like a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have the detail that I would like to see.
Exactly.
To say yes or no.
And a lot of times we see this in the window pictures, if you want to call them that, you know?
Yeah. Zoom back in that and see what we see here. See, once I get up there, I don't see the shape. It looks like something sitting in the window.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a no.
I don't see anything down here either, though. There's my
other
issue.
I'm going to say that is just somebody saying it was something, because when you do pull back from it, it does look like something standing in the window. But but when you get up close on it, it looks like just something like they put something there.
Yeah, and obviously, just from what I'm seeing right here, you see the light on here, and this is an actual hallway here.
Mm-hmm.
So this has to be some sort of a room, because if you got this light in a hallway, you should see that light all the way down to this window, no problem. I'm with Hair Force. Yeah, usually if I see a lady in white, I run. I don't even ask questions about
Yes,
it.
no doubt.
So, but like I said,
I'm
there's another one of those that they throw out there for as far as El Paso
I'm gonna
goes.
throw that in there with pareidolia.
I'm kind of thinking that I was thinking the same way when I looked at it too, because I don't think it's a reflection per se because of the angle of the picture, but the way they took the picture, it could easily be something reflecting from behind. Because you can see how part of this it goes into the room. Part of this light shines into the room right here in these two windows. So a little bit more right there, and you can see there's something right there as well. So something in there is maybe causing a reflection from the backside out to the windows.
I wouldn't even go to all that. I just think that there's something sitting there in front of the window.
Yeah. So they said this one was one. I didn't believe it when I first saw it, and I figured you was going to help me fix that. So I'm going right back to this. Yeah, I don't think that's an actual manifestation.
I'm thinking it's pareidolia. Pareidolia. I got to get it sitting right in my head.
Get it sitting right on
to me,
head.
that's pareidolia. To me, because like I said, it almost looks like an easel or something sitting there, a dry erase board. It could be a whole lot of things, but I don't believe that is an apparition of any sort.
Yeah. Tend to agree.
I disagree.
Why?
You said you saw an angry rabbit.
I saw the been evil looking rabbit head tilted towards the light over there, whatever direction that is, right to the right.
This right here.
Somebody's wearing one of those big rabbit head costumes, but it's evil looking. It's just above the dress thing that y'all were looking at, but it's tilted towards that light.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see anything really. That is what
I don't
kind of gives you the. Yeah, I don't see that.
Zoom in some more.
Explain it to us.
Oh, it's tilted to the other direction. I'm sorry, away from the light.
You're talking about this right here, right?
Yep.
Okay. I still don't see it. I still think, honestly, that this is a reflection from inside the room coming this way.
If it was I'm not seeing a reflection on that. Because
the reason I say that is because here's parts of this bright light here that are going into this room / hallway. You're getting reflection off a wall here, reflection off a wall here, and as it goes further down, anything that's reflective in any way, shape, or form in this area will reflect, because of the angle of the light, will reflect that way.
I don't think it's a reflection. I think it because it's a totally different color, for one. But I'm not saying it's a ghost.
No.
I don't think it's a reflection. I'm with Brandi. I think it's something that's in front of the window.
Something sitting in the window.
Because if you look at the window right next to it, at the lower pane, it looks like the same thing. No, the other window.
This one?
Yeah. Let's see that bottom pane.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got something.
This one looks like there's something there. But see, this whole area right here is the same hue of color that you're getting from these. So that's why I was thinking, it could easily be something on that back wall. And as that light hits it shining in there, it reflects back at that angle to cut through there. It may not be the same color, obviously, as what was there. But if there's any kind of board back there or glass case back there or something like that could cause that reflection.
No, I'm with you on that. I think it's something, but I still see
it's not paranormal at all. It's just some sort of light play of some sort is what we're thinking.
I still see the evil rabbit head. I've got other people seeing it too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think there's something sitting there, but I think it's an inanimate object, and it's just pareidolia.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm going with whiteboard, or something of the like.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I said it could be an easel. It could be,
Yeah.
a dry erase mark board or.
right.
But for it to come out, it would still have to have the light reflecting off of it for you to be able to really see it. So
Yeah,
either way, we all realize this is not her.
No,
Okay.
it is not paranormal.
And
is
anytime
not.
I'm hearing
What
normal,
it is,
evil rabbit
well,
head.
it's anybody's guess.
now
Except for the giant evil rabbit head.
here's the next one from El Paso High School. Now we know what we're looking at because we got a red circle. Okay.
Oh, well, that solves it right there.
Exactly. It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Right, so now this one.
And you too can have your picture taken with a red circle, an official red circle at the Alabama Bigfoot Conference.
Yes. I'll even take it and draw the red circle and send it to you.
Y'all have Jason there. He can draw red circles better than any of y'all. All right. So as I'm looking at this one, I don't see this. I'm at the same thing as what we were looking at before. I don't see it. I see something there.
Yeah.
You can see the light over on this side of this one, and there must be a light.
What
coming
I'm
that way,
looking
and
at,
it's
what I'm
highlighting
seeing. Yeah, but what I'm seeing is a person, for me, is turned around and has their back to us.
And her hair's hanging down her back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Wearing a white, looks like maybe a white dress. Yeah.
Here we go with that white again.
Or, well, actually, it looks like a white dress, but it's got some kind of pattern on it.
Yeah, yeah. Some sort of chiffon type thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Or a floral type thing, a moo-moo or something like that.
But you see, this was at night as well. Dress. Why would anybody be in there?
Well,
if they were in there, shouldn't the light be on?
Not necessarily.
Right.
Depends what they were doing. Maybe they captured another ghost pick hunter.
I mean, they don't allow people in there to do it, unfortunately. I was going to ask as soon as I found out.
Well, this is a high school. This is a high school.
Yeah. This picture, I don't know the date or anything. This was just part of the entourage of crap that came at me when I started looking into this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just
pareidolia, is what I'm thinking.
Or somebody was wandering around in there at the same time. That's what I'm doing. It's where I'm headed with it.
I'm just going to say I can't tell either way.
Yeah, because if you look right here, it looks like it actually comes out of the sill right here.
Yeah.
So,
but the rest of the windowsill kind of looks like the same thing. And then look at the corner of the other one right next to it. Look at the corner of the other windowsill next to it. Other
right
one
here or over here
to the right.
Yeah. Well, you said other. There's another one over here.
Your other.
This one is what you're talking about. But look at the base of it compared to the base of this one.
Right.
It's almost like it spills over that, but doesn't touch this one.
Okay, but we have to remember how many times has this been reproduced?
Yeah.
And we got to take that into consideration.
Exactly.
Because we know every time it gets copied, a little something happens to it every single time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Especially in, by looking at it, if you back up and look at the person standing there, that's kind of blurred out. Look at what they're wearing.
Yeah.
But that is reminding me.
Summer?
That's reminding me of a little bit more 80s, 90s, perhaps.
I'd
maybe.
say 90s, probably.
Probably 90s.
Yeah, I'd bet 90s.
Let's go 90s because it obviously didn't have the.
If they wouldn't have blurred out the shoes, I'd have been able to tell you.
We'll do DNA next. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
They didn't have the fashion sense that we did in the 80s.
Okay, you could believe that all you want. I've seen the way we dressed back in the 80s. I ain't going back. Oh wait, I never got out of it. I'm good. I'm gonna be in here in overalls one day, guys. Y'all watch. You don't believe me? Watch me.
You're gonna what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be in there in overalls.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
New. In fact, you've
Mhm.
seen my farmersonly.com picture. So,
Oh Lord.
yeah.
Can we move on to the next picture? I'm
Oh,
gonna call
quit
him on the
being
fence.
mean. Quit being
I'm
mean.
on the fence.
Okay, this one's kind
People
of
don't
weird
want
here.
to hear about your farmers only.
You don't. Now I'm going to start singing out of spite.
It's not much of a threat, Randy. You can actually sing.
That's side the point. You don't want me singing that. Now this one we didn't have the
We've
red
got a
circle, but
yellow
we do have a
arrow.
yellow arrow. Yeah, the yellow arrow. Yeah, which
Oh,
is more important? Red circle, yellow arrow. Now we've got a face.
yeah.
Now, obviously, these kids were taking their pictures on the front stoop. Okay, my bet is they were some sort of juniors or seniors, probably getting ready to leave forever, you know, and all that crap. And they were doing their pictures in front of the school, like everybody did at that. You know, when we got ready to leave, we all took pictures and did what we did. Well, not us, because unfortunately, we didn't have digital photos when we were doing it. We had to go get 35 millimeters or 110s or
Buy
hopefully
a
we can get,
disposable one.
yeah, get the Polaroid out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how I feel about faces in windows sometimes. It's one of those that, while you may not be able to recreate it per se, there's just too many things that could cause that reflection.
Randy, I know how you feel about pictures of ghosts at any. It doesn't matter if it's facing a window. It does not
Well,
matter.
that's true. If I can debunk it, I'm going to debunk it. But there's too many things
You
that
tried
can
to
cause these
debunk the
pictures.
one I took, telling me I
I'm.
didn't know what I was doing when I took the picture.
I did
All
not
right.
say
Can
you
you
didn't
back
know.
up, please?
Which one?
Can you back up? Zoom back out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this person is literally on the ground. They're
No.
Well,
sitting
no.
up on some type of stoop or
Yeah.
something.
Yep. That's
Oh, yeah.
the front walk up to the front steps going into El Paso High.
But the guy's leg is hanging completely down, so he's up there quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a pedestal right there. They're like a,
Yes.
how can I put
So
it?
my
It's like
thing
a,
was, if somebody is standing up a little bit on the side we're not seeing, you know, on
Yeah.
the other side of the yellow arrow, that definitely could be somebody's reflection going up the stairs.
Exactly.
These are
But
I'm going to go with these were in the 80s. This picture was in the 80s.
No, this is 90s.
Oh yeah.
You know why I'm saying 90s?
Well,
We sure as heck didn't ever have that damn belt buckle.
oh no, but you sure had the
That's
Puma
a
bag.
seat belt. That's a seat belt.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever use a
Could have been
seatbelt
a
as a
weirdo.
belt?
Well, no, but look at the jeans.
Look at the jeans, but also look at the sneakers. These sneakers weren't even heard of in the 80s. Here, let's look right here. Yeah. I'm gonna say
He's got
those weren't
USA
around.
socks on.
Yeah. I don't know about these right
But
here.
look
I
at
can't really tell
those.
what those are.
Looks like 80s to me.
I don't know. So we're let's just not even comment on that dude because I don't
You
I don't get
like
his
him?
fashion sense
Brandy's just
with the boots and the
Brandy's distracted by the guy's package.
I didn't zoom in on
No,
that for
actually
that
I'm
reason.
distracted by his boots. Have you looked at his boots? Them are the strangest things. I don't even know what they
I couldn't tell you either. They just look like high tops to me. So
I don't know. It look at him again. It's strange
are you
looking.
sure about that? Because
Yeah, look at him again.
all right, here we go. They're a high top of some sort.
No, they're not.
You don't think so? What are they?
No.
Well, what are they?
I think there's some kind of work boot or something.
I said they're strange looking. I have no idea.
Okay, I just got thumped by my daughter who is watching in the other room. And she says these are late 90s, early 2000s.
I don't know. That Puma bag is kind of a giveaway. Puma was big in the 80s.
Puma's big out in West Texas all the time. But
That's true.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But she said, and she's the fashionista of that time frame. So she's like, I'm like, all right, fine. Late 90s, early 2000s. I'll go with that. Thanks, Liv.
Yeah. Puma has been big in some places, but let me tell you what, it was not where I was.
Hey,
Puma used to be big and expensive when you bought those shoes, and now they're like the cheaper ones on the market. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, both those two right there are my daughters that just said that. So.
Yeah. Puma lost it in the 90s for us where I was. And yeah, I mean, even today you can distinctly tell where people are from by the way they dress or even their hairstyles, because the hairstyles in the South are different than they are in the North.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course they're different in New York than they are in California. So you have to take that into kind of consideration.
Yeah. Okay.
But the guy's belt, that's throwing me off. I can't tell you. That kind of looks like punk, a little bit punk.
Yeah. But it's a seatbelt. There's no doubt.
So those are like Wranglers to me that he's wearing.
I couldn't tell you. I ain't gonna look at his what to find out either. So, all right. But you know what? I'm getting this one back on track somewhat. We're getting out of that right now.
Well, we're trying to put a time frame on this picture since we have no info. That's what we were trying to do.
Well, I got one says that the socks were from 2004, and I got two daughters telling me it was the late 90s, early 2000s. So,
yeah,
for fear of my own special living arrangements and stuff at a later date, and so I don't get put in a home in later life, I'm going with them.
Yeah, like I said, it just depends on what part of the country you're from. Like I said, New York fashion is not the same as California. Texas is not the same as Michigan. It just all depends on where you were at the time. And because like they were saying that Puma is still big down there, then
yeah. I mean, I've got Pumas,
tucking in their
Pumas
shirt.
I got Pumas right here in my closet right here that were given to me last year.
Right, but you got to take into consideration tucking their shirts in.
Yeah.
What
80s?
I don't know.
I don't know. I see. This is where I get confused because, like I said, I'm trying to determine the girl's face because she looks like an older, like a different era.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back up then.
Yeah.
And then we can look at the girl.
So if you look at her face, it looks like a different type of era.
Yeah. And quite frankly, I don't see knowing these steps like I know them. And as many times I took my daughters to and from school and stuff, I don't know of anything behind here that would necessarily reflect to that window per se. But I also can't say there ain't somebody in there a little bit further back that's kind of reflecting out either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see but see the shorter type of hair that this image seems to have.
Yeah.
Almost looks like she's got a barrette in her hair, like a little flower or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I mean, that puts a whole different spin on the era that the picture was taken in versus what we're seeing in that face in the window.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I don't know if you'd call it a true reflection, but yeah, I tend to lean toward a reflection of some sort. But even when you're talking about reflections and such, why would it be in that particular shape? That's the thing that gets me. That's a lot of coincidence that goes into being in that kind of a shape. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, Kevin, that's not a freestanding pillar. There is an overhang there.
Hairforce says that women that are where they live do not wear trucker hats.
No,
I don't wear trucker hats.
Well, that's what you got on.
I wore more of the baseball type hat.
That is not a trucker.
Hey, I know a bunch of truckers.
I don't wear trucker hats.
That is not the style called a trucker hat.
Uh-oh. You know what? We
I don't know.
found it.
Have you seen those ones out with the flat bill?
Yeah.
I can't wear a flat bill either.
No. Can't
That'll
wear
be
flat bills or no-goes.
totally curved all the time.
Well, Kimberly, judging from your face on there, I'm going to say, yeah, you wouldn't be too far off right there.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, does everybody think that looks like that belongs in the time frame of the picture, or do you think that face looks like it belongs in a different time?
I think it either looks like it's from a different time or it's a very young girl.
yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like it has barrettes or something in the hair.
Yeah. Or if it's in the same time frame, it could be the golf look.
Okay, you got me there. I mean, the punk scene was still happening in the late 80s, 90s. I don't know.
You had that whole, and I know it's popular now, but you had that whole Wednesday Addams look that in the 90s and the 2000s, what the girls were trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That innocent looking, eerie, freaking black-eyed kid look.
Oh yeah, because because we all know that sure started in the 80s with the Sex Pistols and Adamant and all of that. Yeah. We know that started in the 80s.
Yeah.
And they just continued on with that, and they still do it today. Just different, but it's pretty much the same effect. I don't know.
I am a fan of the.
I'm going to say that's so low to the ground. I don't know.
But see, I don't think it's that low to the ground. I think that's at all. That's the first story right there. That window's not on the ground. That window's several feet.
It's at the entrance level. It's above the basement level stuff that would be down. Hang on a second. I'll bring it down here a second. Down in here at the lower ends, there's basement levels down here, and then that's that first floor.
But that would be the first floor, right?
Yeah, that'd be the first floor after you walk in the main doors right there.
See the height of the window?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It could be anything, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything there's no way to tell.
Or you just can't, unless you went there and tried to debunk it and set everything up exactly right. And it's just, it could be done. But once again, why would somebody do it?
Yeah.
Okay, Hair Force, you're right, but that's our job.
Texas here, we beat every dead horse. Okay. Yes. Now that we've gone through these a few times here, I'm going to look, see if I got one more here that I want to show y'all. No, I don't like that one because that one's kind of crazy. And I'm not going to show you that one. Okay. So we're going to finish this up with the thing I was been talking about. I'm going to stop sharing this one real quick. I found a video out on TikTok. Now, this is Miggy Casta is the one that did it. Sent word asking if he's the one that published it, I should say. I don't know that he actually took the actual film or actual video, but I'm going to show this thing because this one was a little bit freaky to start with. And let's see. And right. I'll bring this up. Okay. Let me know if you can hear it worth a crud.
Right there. Look, there. Right there. Bro, nah.
Now, did you see that?
Bro,
you didn't see anything. You wasn't looking.
I'm trying to clean my glasses.
Watch.
How the fuck you?
Hey, let's all go. Let's all go.
Bro.
Now, did you see what he was talking about?
No.
You didn't see
That
it.
last picture of it, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it down to about 75.
Right there.
Why is it playing? It's supposed to be playing slower than that, but I'm gonna try and catch it right as it gets to it. And then we're gonna zoom in, if it'll let me zoom in. Yeah, that was full screen. Full screen's gonna be best I can get, I think. But
There.
as you're going in, you see it right here. And as it goes, now you see it
Yeah.
right then was when you heard that kid say, "Hey, y'all, let's go, let's go, let's go," because he saw it.
Bro, nah.
See,
Bro, that's probably like this dude.
How the fuck you?
Hey, let's all go. Let's all go.
here he don't want to play no more. That kid didn't want to play anymore. He's like, "Let's go."
What is Blonda?
Huh? What is bruh? Bruh?
Bronna.
Bruh, no, is what he said.
Oh, bruh, no.
Exactly.
Oh.
Now, I can see it a little bit better on mine than I think you can see on the actual
Now, I see what you're
stream right
talking
here.
about.
Yeah.
It's outside the window for sure.
Yep.
And it's you can see it. You can also see it between the posts.
Yes. So it's got something there. But here's my other issue with this. This isn't the same time frame as what they were doing right here. Now, this one, obviously, because of the angle you're at, you can't see it in there. But you can see a little bit of a head sticking up right there.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know for sure one way or the other. You know, these are kids that took this, obviously. Quite obviously, they're a bunch of kids. And as you're looking at it, and they come to this after it, this is obviously a different time of day.
Yeah.
That this picture was taken. So where was this? When was this taken? And was it taken before they went to check the place out, or was it taken after the fact? This is one of the reasons I have the problem with doing TikTok videos and such, because you got every creator in the world wants to create something, and then they lose all the evidence by tampering with it.
Right.
See, and the first part, you could see something moved. I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell you if it was an actual what you call it,
I would go
critter
with some
up
kid
there.
Climbed up there, and I don't know. That's
just to
what I'm-
show it off. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because that's
right.
something we would have done as a kid. We
Yeah.
would have done that as a kid. That would have been cool for us to capture that on video and say, look what we found. But we'd have done it purely out of fun. These kids, I don't know if I heard out of fun, but that girl did not want to be there. You saw that. But I don't know if that's because of the fact that she felt like they were trespassing, or she felt that they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Right.
Do I think it was due to this? I'm not for sure on that. Truth's right. They almost seemed like a shadow walker peeking or shadow person peeking over the rail. I kind of thought that too at first, just because of the way it dropped its head.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to advance it frame by frame as slow as I can. It just holds right there. But when you're back here and you watch it the first time,
Slow it down to a quarter speed and see what happens.
it won't let me, unfortunately. I can only go
Really?
to 1 or 0.75. I'm telling you, some of these TikTok videos are like this. And I can't even, this is why I'm having to show it like this, because I can't even download it and put it on my own player. This one
Gotcha.
is one of those that's been out there. And I can't tell how long it's been out there, but I mean, when you look up there and you see the way it disappears, it's already gone there. So let's go back here where we can see. Okay, so it's gone there. You see how it just drops. I mean, it doesn't just, in the space of 2 frames, it just drops and is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see shadow people like that, you know. We've seen shadow people look like that before. I mean,
but that could be like
many videos.
That could be somebody up on that that ledge, that balcony.
Exactly. Yeah, somebody climbed up there just to get this video, or somebody that these kids don't even know is up there, and they're playing a prank on these kids.
Right.
That is something we would have done back then.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, Aggie said, I thought you were banned from TikTok.
I don't know what you're talking about. I might have a secondary account. Maybe. I have not friended anybody. Maybe. I haven't followed anybody. I haven't even hardly tried to download anything until I found this one by accident. So, you know, I tend to stay away from TikTok now because I kind of got a little bit perturbed with it. They still haven't never answered me why I got banned. Yeah, new ban. Yeah, I'm going to get banned again. My children, ladies and gentlemen, my children hate me. Okay, got it. But,
you know, honestly,
yeah,
it could be a shadow person.
Okay.
But it's kind of odd placement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's just, unless that particular balcony is what we're talking about with the girl from the 20s that they were talking about, I wouldn't think so. I mean, it doesn't fit. Now, if you look here at Amber down there, that's my other daughter. I got 3 daughters in chat. Yay, I'm bringing the whole family in. She's the one that graduated out of El Paso High. And you can see that the band hall. I mean, hey, I've already got rid of all my teenagers, Kimberly. They're all grown and gone. Well, not gone, but they're grown.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're.
Well, I mean, I can understand what Amber's saying.
Yeah.
You know, you start dealing with something like in a basement or a tunnel, and you don't have any natural light. Things get creepy.
And, you know, on the write-ups, like the write-ups I was looking at as I was just looking through stuff, there's an old gym there. You know, if anybody ever saw the movie Glory Road about the UTEP, which they were Texas Western back then, I think, when that gym that was in that, it was the old high school gym is what they did is where they filmed that picture. These guys were doing practice around 6 p.m. and this is not the people this is the actual high school basketball team. They were there till about 6 p.m. This is in the 80s. They had, you know how they had the big heavy access doors to a gym? You know, you usually got to push the plunger and to get them to open and go out and such. They have 2 heavy access doors and they blew open violently. Well, these kids thought that the wind had blown or something. You know, it's El Paso. Wind's blowing constantly out there. They blow violently open, and they went up. They put stuff in front of them to make sure they didn't blow open again. So they covered them up, made sure it's all good. The next time it did it, the bench that they put in went flying across the floor, and the doors flew open again. They literally left the place as fast as they could get out. I think they barely closed the doors behind them, according to what they're saying. So,
well, this question goes out to your girls. If seeing that this right here, is there an access point where you can get up there, you know, at any time? Is there a stairs or a ladder or anything where people can get up there easily?
That would be for Amber for sure on that. So Amber, on that one, I'm pretty sure this is facing the mountainside.
I mean, that would be interesting because it does seem to be up there a little bit.
Yeah, it's up a ways. You'd have to climb.
And a
I would
window.
say,
And a window, no less.
yeah. Or let's see if I can get my.
But does it look like the window's open on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of there, doesn't it?
Bro, nah.
Yeah, like because the top you can see. The top you can definitely see, but the bottom you can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Like it's open.
It very well could be. And from that view, yeah, it does look like it's open actually. So it could easily be somebody that came in from the inside out, and they're playing a prank on these kids.
Right.
So,
because if you look at the daytime picture, if you can move to that by any chance.
The daytime picture? Kind of moment.
Yeah, look at the daytime picture.
I'm going to drop this down here, which means I got to pull it completely down too, unfortunately.
Because if I remember correctly, it's closed during the day, and you can definitely see.
Are you talking about the one at the end of the video, you mean?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the other one. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, the daytime picture of that window.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down here, and we'll get to, there's that. That one?
See?
Yeah, see, the window looks totally different.
Yeah. You can't see those. I realize this is straight on, and there's probably a screen there is probably what the issue is. But you're 100% correct. I mean, I should still see. There's a screen there maybe, but I should still be able to see these slats.
You should still see the window.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Go back to that picture again.
Okay.
Okay, now go back to what is that below? What is that below right there?
Right there?
All the way down to the bottom. What is that?
I have no earthly idea. It looks like the top of a Connex.
Okay, so now go back. Okay, now look right there.
Yeah. Now remember, all this area is under construction. All this stuff's under construction.
See that? I think that what that is.
It's almost like a riser room.
Yeah, like somebody could have crawled up there.
Well, I'm saying for like the ACs, the boilers, and you know, stuff that pumps the water for the sprinkler system and such like that.
Yeah, because that's a pipe of
going
some
right
kind
here. That's
right there.
Isn't that a vent pipe? Honestly, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Looks like some sort of vent pipe right here.
Yeah,
but I can't really tell because this looks like it should be a light.
What that is, to me, that looks like a generator room, a generator building, and that's a vent pipe for the fuel system.
And it very well could be, like I said, because like I said, this whole thing has been under construction as long as I can remember. Yeah, I know it was when we were there from 2000 to 2005. It seemed like it was constantly under construction.
Right.
And here, like, let's see, I got one that Amber sent one here a minute ago.
Kim, that's what I thought at first. It was a downspout, and somebody climbed up to that deal, but it's not. It's some kind of vent pipe.
So
Amber, I believe that this building is haunted. I mean, it has everything, all the components to say that this thing could be haunted. And with the constant construction, that just keeps the energy flowing through this building.
Oh yeah,
right.
Keeps them all stirred up.
Yeah, I mean, because they
but
got
I cannot
nothing but
say
energy
for a
to
fact
use.
From this.
No.
Yeah, but I can't say for a fact from this. I would say it was haunted, but I believe that this building right here, I'm getting that creep factor from it.
Yeah, yeah, you can feel it, and trust me.
And you know, and this could have been somebody crawling up there and doing their thing because of the history of ghost sightings and stories,
Right.
and it could be just another person up there trying to scare
Yeah,
other people.
exactly. So, I
But
mean,
then again, I don't know.
she was there a lot more than I ever was. Obviously, I was there in the field when she graduated. Obviously, when they walked down the middle of the field in El Paso in May at 100 and some odd degrees in gowns, trying to graduate. And you got about 300 of them trying to get
Right.
through there and stuff.
But
But
that's what I'm saying. I mean, these kids could be using the
exactly,
stories from this building and just trying to scare each other,
that
possibly.
very
Oh,
well could be.
absolutely.
Yeah, because that's something, like I said, that's something me and him sure as heck would have done at one time. But at that time, your kids, especially
Mm-hmm.
these kids, they'd just been something fun to do. But like she's saying there, when you're testing, no
Mm-hmm.
one's moving around, and doors start suddenly slamming shut and papers flying everywhere. I got to take a look, see what the heck's going on.
Right.
Right.
So
Right. And there's many
that's
schools that are like that.
yeah. Oh, trust me, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface on some of them. I just stuck with this one because it's one I knew. When I started looking into these things, I was like, how am I not hearing about some of this stuff before now? But here's the other problem with it. We don't have a lot of them that have evidence. We have stories. And I try not to make
Right.
this into story hour. I'm trying to go over evidence of stuff. I can't do that with some of them
Not
because
Aggie.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't need to sleep. Sleeping is a crutch.
Good night, Aggie.
But anyway, yeah, it's
Um,
I don't know. It's just that one
I
kind of
yeah, I'm on the
yeah.
fence about it. I'm on the fence
I
about
was
it.
on the fence from the get go because I could easily say that's even an animal of some sort up there, a cat that jumped down as they were taking the picture or as they were videoing it.
Yeah,
There's cats
I don't have a
everywhere
clue.
there. So
Right.
yeah, so it is what it is as far as that goes. So, but
Right.
now
Right.
you
Yeah,
got a little bit of the stories.
I don't have a clue on that one. That one's up in the air for me.
Yeah,
I'm not getting it. So
it's
it's not
kind of that
close
way with
enough.
me
We
too.
can't see enough. And it wasn't making any type of weird movements that
No,
would
just
suggest to me that
drop
it was
down.
something off about it.
Yeah, but it caused the ones that saw
So
it to drop to freak. So now what are we thinking? Once again, we're dealing with reactions as well as we are the actual video. Those kids' reaction, and that one kid's like, nah, no, 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 and he wants to go, bro. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We need to leave or whatever. How do you look at a kid and say,
right.
too bad? But yeah,
Right. Well, hey Nick, nice to see you. Show up late.
of course. But
Right.
okay,
Well, all right.
so
I guess that's all we have for this week.
for this week, yeah, and next week I'm still doing some research on Queen Mary, so we will not do that next week because you're going to be probably driving most likely.
Yes,
We
I
shall
will be
see.
driving. Yeah.
I may be taking a whole
Yep.
burger and slapping it against the wall and see what I do with it after that, and we'll see how much fun we can have next week.
Why
So
would
nobody
you be
blame me for next week's show. It will be all on Randy what he does.
It'll be all on me. And let me give you all a guess. We're not going to be covering the Ningen, okay?
There you go.
So
Hey. Yes.
why would she be driving on Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh,
Today's Sunday.
Today's Sunday.
Never mind.
It's okay.
He's like, okay, never mind. Never mind.
Have you
We'll all
slept
be
yet?
driving on Sunday. We'll all be driving on Sunday.
Yeah.
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 So when the cat's
All right.
away, the mice will play.
That's right.
All right,
So
guys.
nobody blame me because I'll have to slap him after the fact, but while he's doing it, I won't be able to.
Oh, wait. Hold up, Kimberly. We'll talk later. Kimberly, send me an email when you can get ready to go do some of those ghost tours down there in Corpus and such. So we need I need to check. So I've heard some serious issues about some of the places down there. I may even have access to a house down there in Sargent area. But I got to check into more of that for. So, but anyway.
Well, but anyway,
Anything
we're
else
gonna
from
say
the
goodbye
peanut
to
gallery?
everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Let me see.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see
Who
you at
got the
7.
button? Oh, he might see you at 7. I don't know.
He's gonna
Laters.
see you at 7.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.